everyone. You are welcome to my channel as always. Today we are going to read the last chapter of the book Revolutionary Psychology by Master Samael Weor. This is the last chapter, okay? The 32. Prayer in the work, and it says, observation, judgment, and execution are the three basic factors of the solution. First, one observes oneself. Second, judgment is passed. Third, execution takes place. In war, spies are first observed. Secondly, they are judged. Thirdly, they are shot. Self-discovery and self-revelation exist in our inner relationships. Therefore, whosoever renounces living together with his fellow men also renounces self-discovery. Any incident in life, regardless of how insignificant it may seem, undoubtedly has as its cause an intimate actor within us, a psychic aggregate, an I. Self-discovery is possible when we are in a state of alert perception, alert novelty. Any I discovered fragmentally must be carefully observed in our mind, heart, and sexual center. Any I of lust could manifest itself in the heart as love, and in the mind as an ideal. Yet, as we pay attention to the sexual center, we may feel a certain morbid and mistakable excitement. The judgment of any I must be definitive. We need to sit it down on the bench of the accused and judge it mercilessly. Evasion, justification, and consideration must be eliminated if in reality we want to be conscious of the I that we struggle to extirpate from our psyche. Execution is different. It would not be possible to execute any I without previously observing it and judging it. Prayer in the psychological work is fundamental for the dissolution of the I. We need a power superior to the mind. If indeed we want to disintegrate this or that I. The mind by itself can never disintegrate any I. This is indisputable and irrefutable. To pray is to talk with God. We must appeal to God the Mother in the depths of our heart if we truly want to disintegrate I's. The one who doesn't love his or her mother, the ungrateful child, will fail in the work upon himself. Each one of us has his or her particular individual divine mother. She in herself is a part of our own being, but a derivative part. All ancient civilizations adored God the Mother within the most profound part of our being. The feminine principle of the Eternal One is Isis, Mary, Tonaxin, Samael, Weor, Adonaya, Insoberta, etc. If in our merely physical aspect we have a father and a mother, likewise within the deepest part of our being we also have our Father who is in secret, as well as our Divine Mother Kundalini. There are as many fathers in heaven as there are humans on earth. God the Mother within our intimacy is the feminine aspect of our Father who dwells in secret. He and she are certainly the two superior parts of our inner being. Undoubtedly, he and she are our very true being beyond the eye of psychology. He unfolds into her. He commands, directs, in trust. She eliminates the undesirable elements which we carry in our interior with the condition that we continuously work on ourselves. Thus, when we have died radically, when all the undesirable elements has been eliminated, after many conscious labors and voluntary sufferings, then we shall fuse and integrate ourselves with our Father, Mother. Then we shall be terribly divine gods beyond good and evil. Any of those eyes that had been previously observed and judged can be reduced to cosmic dust by means of the fiery powers of our own individual, particular Divine Mother. A specific formula in order to pray to our inner Divine Mother is not necessary. We must be very natural and simple when we address her. The child who addresses her mother never has a special formula. The child utters what comes from her heart, and that's it. That is all. That is all. That is all. Without formula. No I is instantaneously dissolved. Our Divine Mother must work and even suffer very much before achieving the annihilation of any I. Make yourselves introversive. Direct your prayer within, seeking within your interior your Divine Lady. Thus, with sincere supplications, you shall be able to talk to her. Beg her to disintegrate the I that you have previously observed and judged. As the sense of self-observation develops, it shall permit you to verify the progressive advancement of your work. Comprehension and discernment are fundamental. Nonetheless, something more is necessary if indeed what we want is to disintegrate the myself. The mind can give unto itself the luxury of labeling any defect, passing it from one department to the other, exhibiting it, hiding it, etc. However, the mind can never fundamentally alter the defect. A special power superior to the mind is necessary, a fiery power that is capable of reducing any defect to ashes. Stella Maris, our Divine Mother, has that power. She is able to pulverize any psychological defect. Our Divine Mother lives in our intimacy, beyond the body, affections, and the mind. She is, by herself, an unused power superior to the mind. Our own particular individual cosmic mother possesses wisdom, love, and power. Absolute perfection exists within her. Good intentions are, and their constant repetition lead nowhere. They are good for nothing. These are good for nothing. It serves no purpose to repeat, I will not be lustful, because within the very depth of our psyche, the I of lasciviousness will continue to exist anyway. It is useless to repeat daily, I will not have anger, because within our psychological depths, the eyes of anger will continue to exist. It would be useless to repeat daily, I will no longer be covetous, because within the different depths of our psyche, the eyes of covetousness shall continue to exist. It would be useless to separate ourselves from the world and lock ourselves up in a convent or live in a cupboard, because the eyes within us will continue to exist. Some hermits who insulated themselves within caves based on rigorous disciplines attained the ecstasy of the saints and were taken up to heaven. There they saw and heard things that aren't easily comprehended by human beings. Nevertheless, their eyes continue to exist within their interior. Unquestionably, the essence, through rigorous disciplines, can escape from within the eye. Thus, it enjoys ecstasy. However, after such bliss, the essence returns into the interior of the myself. Those who have become accustomed to ecstasy without having dissolved to the ego believe that they have already reached liberation. They fool themselves by believing themselves to be masters. They even enter into the submerged devolution, Nonetheless, we are not pronouncing ourselves against mystical ecstasies, against the ecstasies and happiness of the soul, while in the absence of the ego. We only want to place emphasis on the necessity of dissolving ice in order to achieve the final liberation. The essence of any disciplined hermit accustomed to escaping from within the eye repeats such a feat after the death of the physical body. Then his essence enjoy the ecstasy for some time. Yet, after such time, his essence returned as the genie of Aladdin's lamp, back into the interior of the lamp, the ego, the myself. Thereupon, he has no other choice but to return into a new physical body, with the purpose of repeating his life on the stage of existence. Many mystics who lived and died in the caverns of the Himalayas in Central Asia reincarnated again and are now vulgar, common and current people in this world, in spite of the fact that their followers still adore and venerate them. Therefore, any attempt at liberation, no matter how great it might be, if it doesn't take into consideration the necessity of dissolving the ego, is condemned to failure. I hope you enjoy the book, Revolutionary Psychology. This is the end. I see you later. Goodbye. And thank you very much for joining me.